What's going on there, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Fight Lounge podcast. I'm your host, RJ Meads, and on this episode, I will talk about the very first UFC on ESPN event, which is headlined by the super fight between Henry Cejudo, I hope I pronounced that right, versus TJ Dillashaw for the UFC Flyweight Championship. That's right, the very first UFC on ESPN card is this Saturday. It's at the Barclays Center, and it's this Saturday, January 19th. You can watch it on ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus is a ESPN streaming service. I believe it's $5 a month, but I think the first month or first week is free. I believe so. So if you want to spend the $5, just have the free month trial and see, if you like it, because this is where instead of UFC on Fox card, it's not going to be UFC on ESPN Plus. So this is where, the big fight is going to be on pay-per-view, obviously. But, they might have number one contender fights on here. So I think going forward, having ESPN Plus will be, important. But yeah, on this episode, I will give my prediction on the super fight. And I think I will also give my prediction on the Greg Hardy fight as well. But before I get to that, I want to break down each fight and break down the card. This is for a very first event. It won't be the very first UFC on Fox because they literally had the UFC Heavyweight Championship fight on there. Junior Dos Santos versus TJ Dillashaw. And the fight only lasted 90 seconds. It's a legendary fight. I believe it was only 1 hour. It was for the entire fight. It was scheduled for 5-minute rounds. It lasted 9 seconds. It lasted 90 seconds. Legendary. The last of the 40 minutes they had to fill. I think they talked to Junior, Kane, the coach, so they had kill time. And it was low-key embarrassing. But hey, you gotta do it wrong before you get it right. But before I give my prediction, I do want to break down the card. It has some great fights. You got Cowboy Don Cerrone as Rachael Ostovich, I hope I pronounced that name right, versus Paige VanZant. Greg Hardy, he's a co-main event. And of course, the super fight main event, Henry Cejudo, the UFC Flyweight Champion, versus TJ Dillashaw, the UFC Bantamweight Champion, with the UFC Flyweight Championship on the line. So TJ Dillashaw is trying to become the fourth UFC fighter to become a double champion or champ, holding 2 championships in 2 different divisions. And so I will start on my predictions. I want to start with the super fight, Henry Cejudo versus TJ Dillashaw. Henry, he dethroned an all-time great Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson. He beat him last August for the Flyweight Championship. And with that win, Henry had a 3-fight winning streak. So heading into this fight against TJ, he had a 3-fight winning streak. TJ, his opponent, he's currently on a 4-fight winning streak. But actually, his loss, quote unquote, it's official loss. He lost to Dominic Cruz, which was a controversial decision. I had TJ win that fight, and so they gave it to Dominic Cruz. But if you take that fight and reverse it or take it out, TJ hasn't had a loss since 2014. So my point is, TJ has been dominant for years. And like I said, if you take that out, TJ will be on a 8 or 9 fight winning streak. So that's how dominant TJ has been. He has been money for years. Also, about this fight, TJ is coming down to Henry's weight class, so he has to cut weight. And so we don't know how big of a factor that will play into the fight. Because let's say TJ loses some of his power, he may, his striking may not be the same. He's still fast, a fast puncher, but that's a lot of weight to cut, so that will play into a factor. But with that said, I predict that TJ Dillashaw will become the 4th and latest double champ or championship in the UFC. I just think TJ is a bigger, better, stronger fighter. Like I said, if you reverse that Thunder Cruz decision, he's on a 9-fight winning streak, man. Since hasn't taken an L since 2014. Like, I will say, I think when it comes to the small fighters, we are in a TJ Dillashaw era. I can honestly say that. If he beat Henry. Now, I don't want to say TJ will win via knockout with TKO, because what Henry showed against his fight, what Henry showed in his fight against Mike Mouse was he has great wrestling. So like if TJ turns up the pressure and is the aggressor, then I think Henry could use his wrestling to kind of balance things out to keep TJ on his toes. But I don't know, man. There's one thing I learned about in boxing, man, or even sports, man. Like, when it's somebody's time, it's somebody's time, and can nobody stop them except for himself. And I think TJ, man, he's just the best fighter. I do wish it was TJ Dillashaw versus Mike Mouse. Because then they both could have had a cruiserweight of all time. But because both of them, ironically, Mike Mouse and Dillashaw, they both lost to Thunder Cruz, so they have that in common. But since the losses, they became champion and a dominant champion of that. So for my final and official prediction, I have TJ Dillashaw winning via unanimous decision. Either unanimous or split. I think Henry has some fight in him, because if you remember the Mike Mouse fight, like his feet or his knees was bothering him in the first round, and he overcame that and still won the fight. I guess an all-time great, So I don't think Henry's gonna take this fight lightly. But I think TJ will be too much for him. Alright, the next fight that I'm going to give my prediction on is the very controversial Greg Hardy. Some believe that he shouldn't be in the UFC. Some believe that he deserves a second chance. I would say it's a little bit too late if you don't want to see him in there, because Greg Hardy is a beast so far. He's undefeated with a record of 6-0, 3 wins as an amateur and 3 wins as a pro. All 6 of his wins has come by knockout or TKO. And of those 6 wins, all 6 has come under 2 minutes, and 5 have come under 1 minute. So he finishes his opponent quick. Like, you literally don't want to leave the room when he fights. It's just only a matter of time. However, so far of Greg Hardy's opponents, it's been all stand-up. And so he just hasn't been tested against a wrestler yet. Now, Greg Hardy's opponent for UFC on ESPN is Alan Crowder. I know nothing about him at all. I don't know if he's a wrestler or a kickboxing striker. I'm not sure. But I do know that if he stands up and bangs with Greg Hardy, he's getting knocked out. Period. Like, Greg Hardy has ferocious power. His stand-up is legit. The other elements of his fight game, he just been doing, I believe, 2.5 years. So it's still new. I don't know if he knows any submission or takedown defense. Maybe Alan will test that. But for this one, for him being the co-main event, the UFC is hoping and they're banking that Greg Hardy will win. And my official prediction for Greg Hardy versus Alan Crowder is Greg Hardy knockout in the first round. I won't do within minutes, because just not me. I don't do that within minutes, 2 minutes, over 2 minutes. He's gonna be knocked out in the first round. But one more thing I want to touch on with Greg Hardy. For anybody who watches ESPN, First Take, PTI, Run the Horn, or Dan Le Batard, I wonder if they're going to talk about Greg Hardy not only fighting in the UFC, fighting on the same card as a domestic violence survivor, and just all negativity that comes with Greg Hardy. And not only that, he's being the co-main event. So he's kind of being rewarded. Like, since he got cut by the Cowboys, he started doing MMA. So he's basically kind of being rewarded. Since the NFL won't take you, we'll take you. And so I don't want to go to that whole conversation like should or shouldn't he. But with the UFC and ESPN in relationships, it would I think it would kind of hurt if they keep talking about the negative side. Like if they talk about more the Greg Hardy, his record and shouldn't he, versus they talk about more about the super fight. I think Dana White and the owners will be kind of mad. I think if they, like you can't escape it. That's gonna follow him for the rest of his life. But most people on First Take don't know who TJ Dillashaw is, which is why it's gonna make this ESPN UFC relationship interesting. Because I can tell only a handful of people on ESPN TV knows the roster. Like if they was walking, like TJ Dillashaw was walking into the room of PTI, they would know who he is. Or First Take, they will know. Maybe Molly, I think she's a UFC fan, but that's maybe. For TJ Dillashaw to give you a hardcore, UFC fan. But I just want to say that to say this, like, how much attention do you think ESPN is going to touch on this Greg Hardy situation? Because like I say, he's found on the same card as a domestic violence survivor, and he's been in co-main event, so he's being positioned to be the next best thing, or the next big thing, I should say. The next big thing. It's gonna be very interesting, man. I wonder who's going. And another reason why I brought this up, this is the very first ever UFC on ESPN card, so it has to be special. Both championships is gonna be on the card. Do I think going forward will we see championships on ESPN Plus? No. I think if you follow UFC on Fox from day one to now, it's mostly number one contenders or a favorite loss like High Home or Nick Diaz. They fight, but this is supposed to be a special event, and so I wonder how much the ESPN is going to talk about. Period, because the Pacquiao Broner fight is this Saturday as well. I'm gonna have a prediction for that on the next episode. And so I just want to know how much attention is this card gonna get? How much attention the super fight gonna get? And mainly how much attention is Greg Hardy himself gonna get? Like I said, it's only Tuesday, so they probably won't talk about it until maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, because they're talking about football right now. But what do you guys think? You guys think that all the big ESPN shows is gonna talk about this, or just completely ignore it? The next fight I'm going to break down is Rachael Ostovich, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, versus Paige VanZant. Rachael was the person I was talking about who recently survived domestic violence abuse. Like literally like 2 months ago. I think she had surgery on her eye, and many people thought that she was going to be called off this fight. And Rachael, being the strong, brave woman that she is, she said, "Nah, I won't miss this fight." So I'm rooting for her for that. Cause like she literally survived domestic abuse in December. Yeah, in December. So it's still January, like weeks ago. Yeah, just weeks ago, and she's still fighting. She's being strong, brave for her and her daughter. But yeah, for this fight, I won't give a prediction because I don't really care about this fight. And when I say that, I'm not saying that to be mean or to like just try to act too snobby for this fight. It's just, I don't know. I just think this fight ain't important. If you follow both of these women's career, this isn't going to be anything important. Not now. Maybe 2 fights from now. Because with Paige, her career has been up and down. She'll win 2 fights, then lose a big fight. Or she'll win a fight, then lose 2 fights. Like her career is literally going up and down. So, Dan White's like, do let her go. And then Bellator or some other MMA an organization user, they'll just keep wishing she'll break through. And Rachael, like, she just knew, she's famous because like she's the best looking woman on the roster, even better looking than Paige, I think so. So this is kind of like battle of the IG models, because the winner of this match isn't gonna get a title shot, nor should they, because Rachel's record isn't that impressive. I believe she's 4-4 or 4-3, something like that. Like, there's a title shot with that. And like I said, on Paige, she's too inconsistent, and we all know they don't want to use her because she has that Barbie doll look, and she's very, marketable. She's on Best of the Stars. Even though she didn't win, she's very marketable, but her fighting skills just isn't up to par. So I'm not going to have a prediction. I just want to break down the fight. This fight, like I said, is very important to women down the line. Because for Rachael, this could be her breakout moment. People to know who she is, people know her story, like I mentioned. For Paige, this fight could help her get back on the right track. This fight is important for either of them. Like, they're not going to be a fight away. They're not going to get a title shot or a fight away from a title shot. Like, they still got some ways to go. I believe so. But, it is something, to throw on there, kind of fill the card up, have some names. I think they're like, well, let's fill the card up with some big names. So they threw them on there. And that would do it for this episode of the Fight Lounge. Like I said, I have TJ Dillashaw, Greg Hardy winning. I'm hoping Rachael and Paige put on a great fight. And I got to mention, maybe I didn't, I can't remember, but like Cowboy Cerrone, he's fighting. I don't know anything about his opponent, but Cowboy comes to fight every fight. Like, he comes in, he gives 110%, win, lose, or draw. He's gonna give the fans a great fight. So I'm hoping this Saturday, Barclays Center on ESPN Plus, and I just looked, and you can get a free week trial with ESPN Plus, but after that it's $5 a month. But yeah, I'm hoping, since this is the very first event, I'm hoping it's special. I'm hoping all the fights delivered, and I hope that it's a legendary night. Before I go, I want to say I will have my prediction for Pacquiao versus Broner, maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, probably one of those days, but it will be coming up this week. If you haven't already, if you listen to this on iTunes or Spotify, please subscribe to the podcast. If you listen to this on YouTube, like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter and on IG, Fight Lounge. Just search it, because it's spelled differently on each social media platform. So just search Fight Lounge and you'll see us. And that would do it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.